So next we're going to talk about sampling bias and just bias in general. So bias is a systematic failure of a sampling method to represent the population. We always want the sample to represent the population because the population is what we care about, right? And then sampling, there's going to be randomness, and maybe there's going to be kind of other things that are popping up. Maybe we're sampling only a specific subset of the population, which might not, well, we'll get into the ways where bias can occur. But in general, bias is going to be failure for the sample to represent the population. So a sample is going to be biased if it doesn't represent the true population, and there's no way to fix biased data. We can't just say, well, this is biased, let's just subtract 2 from every number and then we'll be good to go, right? There's no real way to fix it. Like, we can think about it and account for it in our conclusions, but it's better to just design a good survey to start with, okay? You know, it's easier to not have a problem to prevent the problem rather than fixing this problem, especially where bias is concerned, because we basically can't, okay? So one of the ways of sampling bias is voluntary or self-selected sampling, okay? So this is, you know, maybe you're curious about getting information, so you post up a little poster with those little tear-off paper things, and then you get information from the people who call. Or, you know, maybe you just ask everyone, like, optional survey of, and then only some people are going to respond. Like, maybe it's like an apartment survey or something. Your apartment sends out a survey to all of its residents. Oh, what do you think? Well, the people who are responding to that are the people who are either really happy, which is unlikely, or the people who are really mad. And then you're going to get a little bias. Okay. So in general, the case or the person chooses to respond. All right, and again, those are the examples that we kind of mentioned. Maybe apartment email survey, right? Usually the really angry ones, or sometimes really happy, respond, but you're not going to get something representative of the whole population. All right. Convenient sampling is also a really, really common one. Convenient sampling is just asking people. It's kind of what it sounds like, right? Asking who's convenient. So if I just asked all of you, for example, I want to know about SPSCC students, but I only ask my students, you guys are not going to be representative of the whole SPSCC population for a variety of reasons, right? You all have the same math professor. You're all taking the same, at least one of the same classes, okay? And etc. So, or maybe it's just asking my friends, asking only my students. When I care about all SPSCC, etc. You get the idea. my S got cut in half. All right, and that is bias. And that's all we're going to talk about in this video.